We're bringing our in-game announcing crew, Justin Kutcher and Drew Gooden. Tony, real quick, I'm going to allow everybody to pick one thing that put this game in Miami's favor tonight that you saw.
Points in the paint.
Okay.
Miami was able to get points in the paint at a time when the Wizards struggled to do so. That's where you miss Daniel Gafford, and you alluded to that earlier. You look at the way the Miami Heat were scoring, it wasn't necessarily easy for them, but the Wizards were working way harder to get their baskets. And over the course of a game, that starts to wear you down a little bit. And interesting enough, the thing that really kept the Wizards in the game was their outside shooting, particularly from the three-point line. That is where they managed to keep things close and not allow Miami to get out too far in front of them. But Chris talked about the importance of P.J. Tucker and the fact that he's been making shots in the corner. And this is something that I had stressed as far as the importance of closing out at the three-point line. We saw Miami able to get some threes, but they got more twos easily. And so when you don't deter them from scoring points in the paint, while at the same time allowing them to make a few threes, then that makes for a tough ball game.
Chris?
Tony said it with the points in the paint, but the thing I scratch my head at is P.J. Tucker has made a killing hitting corner threes. Yeah. He went 3 for 3 tonight. Yep. Before tonight's game, the last 7 games, he has shot 62% from 3. So I'm sure that was on the scouting report.
Hot player.
There's no Tyler Hero tonight. Don't worry, they've got somebody else. The guy that's averaging 3 points a game, and Gabe Vincent ended up scoring 18, and he hit 3 3-pointers tonight. So I thought they let go of the rope defensively. Okay. Last night they couldn't hit threes. Tonight it was the defense. They've just got to fix it. I think they ran out of talent. They ran out of talent. They didn't have any bigs, really. I mean, besides Montrez. You got Anthony Gill out there trying, but, I mean, you know.
You only have so many people, At one point, Gill had only played 7 minutes.
You tip your hat, because I told you Miami was going to be a tough team, and once again, their point differential is going to go up. This is now the 9th game they've won by 10 points or more.
Yeah. You know, to add to that, Chris, I mean, I think you're spot on. And if you add the experience factor to this team has been to the finals before, and then you add the experience of Kyle Lowry now, P.J. Tucker in the mix, and Jimmy Butler. I mean, these are the OGs of the league right now, and we saw that in pure fashion tonight in Miami. And I think that ultimately took the cake in that win down in South Beach with or without Tyler Hero tonight. And you're going to have to, probably take that with a grain of salt and, look at the film, look at yourself in the mirror, see what you guys could do better, regroup, get healthy, come back Saturday, and just remember the laughing. Just remember all the laughter and all the giggling and the cracking up and the celebrations in between, all of that hoopla stuff. Remember that, because if you're a competitive team and you have a goal, you need to be competitive. Remember that, and get your get backs. In other words,
another aspect that I would want to look at, and it was an issue against Charlotte. It was an issue here tonight. Turnovers. 17 turnovers for the Wizards led to 20 points for Miami. Miami had 6 turnovers, leading to 9 points. So if you do their quick math, that's an 11-point difference. That's a larger difference than points in the paint were. The Wizards have to start taking care of the ball, and I think with Spencer Dinwiddie back in the lineup on Saturday as the point guard, he will do a better job of taking care of the ball.
All right, guys, so that was what went wrong. Now we're going to flip it, send it back around. Positive. What did you see positive tonight that we can take for Saturday against Miami, Tony?
Well, first of all, the shooting was definitely a positive sign, because you guys need to see the ball go in the basket from 3 in order to feel confident in taking them. And again, once you see them go in, you get more confident in taking them, and you saw them going in tonight. Last night, we saw them not going in, and then they continue to shoot. And when you see that, that can also have a negative effect. But I'm going to go back to the defense, because, again, I'm going to stress the importance of closing out at the 3. And there's one last thing that concerned me. I sat here last night and I said that this Miami team really mirrored the Wizards in the way that they're made up. I saw something tonight that also reminded me of the Wizards. You know what it was? It was the way that Miami kept playing at their pace.
Oh, yeah.
They kept chipping away at it.
With ball movement.
With ball movement. They played the Wizards, and when you really look at it, Chris, they beat the Wizards almost playing their own game.
They beat the Wizards at their own game.
They beat it from a little bit inside. You saw Bam Adebayo driving down Main Street because there's no Daniel Gafford. You saw the same thing with Jimmy Butler. Okay, well, we know that we need a Gafford there. But when you look at the fact that they made the Wizards take some tough shots on the perimeter, that they made, but it forced them to move the ball. And so when I look at this game, I'm just going to say they got to find out a way to beat teams who look a little bit like them.
three things that I said, okay, cool. We got this.
Ooh.
Now let's take it into Saturday.
Okay.
Bradley getting a 30-piece.
Love it.
I'm starting to see in the second game of him coming from bereavement, he looked more like himself tonight. We talked about the grieving process.
Yep.
Yes.
Sometimes it comes
Takes a
in
while.
stages.
Yep.
I like seeing Kyle Kuzma get a double-double. Get back on that train.
Yeah.
And Corey Kispert, who was known for being, from his own mouth,
Yes.
said he was the best three-point shooting prospect to come into this most recent draft. I love seeing him.
Yeah.
But Drew and Tony, I have one question to ask you. You know, it's amazing now. Everybody's talking about the Washington Wizards.
Yes.
Okay? You got the best record in the East. Now, how do they handle all the love?
Yep.
So going into Saturday, you have a chance to, I said split. I thought Charlotte and Miami, if you could split those four, you get two, they get two. I like where they stand.
Right.
So Drew and Tony, as players, when you deal with expectations, now what do we expect from the Wizards?
That's going to be good.
When you talk about putting yourself on a plateau, and that comes with winning, yeah, the fans are going to love that, but people are out. You're a marked team now. The Wizards have an X on their back. So
No doubt.
Miami Heat, it's not going to be any let up. The Charlotte didn't let up last night. Miami didn't let up tonight. With whoever the Wizards had, whether Brad is in the lineup, Dinwiddie's in the lineup, Gaffer's there, whoever, people are getting their rest the night before and prepping against the Washington Wizards, believe it or not. And they have to know that and have to have the confidence to know that you cannot let up, because once you start letting up, teams are going to take advantage and not going to let go of the rope. So I think this is new territory for the Wizards as a whole early on in the season, getting all this love, having all the success. But with that success comes some hate, and these teams, they don't like the Wizards.
Yeah, no, I mean, historically, remember, a lot of people were like, the Wizards, they discount them. This year they come out positive. So I'm not surprised at another team looking at them.
I'm just glad they won all of those games
early.
Right?
That's what we had to
when
do.
Injuries like this happen tonight,
you got to cushion.
Yeah.
The Orlando game, the New Orleans game.
Exactly. Justin and Drew, we appreciate you guys. Thanks so much for the call. Saturday, you'll be back at it, but you'll be at Capital One Arena, so we appreciate your call for tonight. Enjoy yourself until then, guys. We appreciate it. Right now, Wizards fans, let's go to the postgame podium with head coach Wes Unseld Jr.
So they're going to get deflections and, play up the line. And but I thought a lot of them were just, our lack of focus and, not valuing the possessions.
You guys did look a little tired, so not up to
It is what it is. Second night of a back-to-back, but that's not an excuse. Everyone plays them. So they played a back-to-back too. So that's the nature of the league, and it is what it is. So we just had to find a way to generate our own energy. At times we did. We had a little pop early, and obviously third quarter game got away from us a little bit.
It seemed like Donis really being on the bench.